know with the seatbelt over the mic, that's good. Stream buddy. There you go. Perfect. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. It is 5:07. I'm a little early. A few minutes early. We got 2 deliveries today. They're both in the van. No, actually, it's sort of 2.5 because when we stop at Lenny's today, we got the great. I start everything with the great, but we've got the great donut handoff. We'll call that a handoff. It's not really a delivery. It's just sort of part of a delivery. You'll see what I mean when I get down there. So I think we got everything we need. Let's get this. Get one sip of coffee here before we get going. Let's get out there and pursue some happiness, as Thomas Jefferson would say. Here we go. Lights on for safety. So we've got here, good. It is 30 degrees. It's a little cooler this morning, but we're going up to 50, almost 50. So, got some melting going on. Decent weather. I think it's going to be cloudy today, but you know what? Cloudy at 50, it's not bad. I think cloudy at 50 is going to be good compared to 30 and sunny. You know what I mean? Wednesday morning, man. We got that. We got the commuter people. All right, here we go. Roads are dry. We won't have any issues with the windshield this morning. I like that. I definitely like that. I was up late last night.
Team C says good morning to you, Craig.
Good morning. How are you doing? I was up late last night. I was in Kendra's.
Team C says good morning to you, Craig.
Good morning. She said that twice, didn't she? Why did she do that? I don't know. Did you type it twice? I don't think so. Anyway, I was up late. I spent some time in Kendra's. I slept all afternoon, so I did get plenty of sleep. I knew I was going to be up late, so I slept all afternoon. And I got up. I wanted to get up at 7. I got up a little late, but I got up at 7. I got up at like closer to 8, I think. And let's do this. What am I doing with my blinker? These people are probably like, what is he trying to signal? First he's signaling left, then he's signaling right.
Team C says I did not type it twice. What was Kendra up to?
It was her Tuesday. You know, she does her Tuesday show. It was kind of art. She was drawing. Come on, buddy. Let's go by. There you go. She was drawing, and then she was just chatting for a while. Seen her paint a couple of times. We've played games once. But last night was drawing. She was drawing. When I got there, she was finishing up the drawing. There was a horse on it. I saw the horse, but I didn't see the She was going to draw a character on it or something, but I didn't see that. But so that was fun, and then it rolled right into the State of the Union. I had to watch that. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to, so I did. That was on until almost 11. I think it was on until 11. Yeah, I didn't go to bed until 11:30. So then I got a solid 3 hours after that. But I did sleep all afternoon, so I got plenty of sleep during that period. Great. Almost March. I'm pretty excited about that. You know you've made it through winter by the time you get to March. The bakery, they're getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. That one's also kind of mostly cookies and stuff.
Team C says I was at work and did not see the State of the Union, but I bet Trump said it was strong.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. They had the U.S. hockey team. I didn't watch any of the hockey. I wish I had. I guess you could still go back and see it, but the hockey team showed up.
Team C says, will you be passing by the contest site?
I will be. Yes. Yes. That's almost every day, because it's usually on my way. Even some days I go past it twice, because on the days when I only deliver to What a Day, that's that restaurant that is that last restaurant. When I go to What a Day, if it's the only delivery I'm making, then I actually pass it twice. I pass it once on the way and once back. But even days, all other days, What a Day is every day. They get a delivery every day. So yeah, we're gonna go by every day. I think today, I didn't put it in my post yesterday, but I guess I'll make today the cutoff for people to make their guesses. Maybe, yeah. I'll say today's the last day to make a guess. Of course, now that I've said that, it's probably going to be down today. It's probably, my luck, it's probably going to be over today, but we'll see. I don't think so. I think this one's going to last a little while. Today we have when I'm delivering to Lenny's, we've got, I think I mentioned it once, there's a guy that sort of works on a food truck. I think it's a food truck kind of thing. I mean, I don't know exactly what he does, but I know he kind of travels around, and he's ordered some donuts to have on his truck. So I will be meeting him at Lenny's. It's like a donut drop-off deal, you know? He's the one. I think he drives a Tesla. You'll see his Tesla. He's the guy that one time I got to Lenny's and it was It looked like it was going to rain, or it had been raining maybe. It let up a little bit, and then when I got to Lenny's, it started pouring. And he didn't want to wait for the rain to stop, so we did the delivery. He got out of the car in the pouring down rain. Got the donuts.
Team C says I don't want to say people are out to get me, but several of the guesses made after mine were very close to my date, so I only have a 2 or 3 day window to win.
Well, wait a minute, let's think about that. If they're after your date, see, once your date passes, you'd be out anyway. So actually they're limiting themselves, aren't they? If they guess a date that's after your date, you will win up until your date, but they only win up until their date. So I think you're good. If the guesses are, I didn't look at all the guesses yet. I'm going to put that together this afternoon. But I think if you guessed earlier and they are right after you, I think that benefits you more than it does them. Right? Am I thinking that right? Because if, let's say you guessed the 10th and they guessed the 12th, they could only win if it was the 11th or the 12th. Because once we pass the 10th, you're ineligible. So I think you're okay if the guesses are after. A bad guess would be one day before you. That would be a person that would limit you to just one day. I'll have to go in and look at them. I'll set that up this afternoon so I only have to plug in the new ones. Kendra said last night, she said she was trying to be kind of strategic when she picked her date because she figured that he's probably going to take him down on a weekend. So I think she was trying to work her guess around a weekend, I think. Thought that was pretty clever. I don't know, though. I don't know if the guy's retired. I don't know.
Cat.cs says yes. That's why it's hard for me to choose because I don't want to do that to everyone who already voted. At Nukim C says I feel like a Price is Right contestant, and the next person bid one more than me.
Yeah.
They guessed days before me and days after me, so I'm hit in both directions.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I will take adjustments if you want to adjust your date. I mean, up until I'm going to say, I guess I'll say midnight today. We'll make today the cutoff.
Stacat.cs2 says LOL, that's what I was thinking. At Nukim C says good morning to you. At Justicat.cs2.
Mookie's in the van.
Team C says I am fine with my date.
All right. We're in the Monday, or not the Monday, we're in the Wednesday morning commute line today. I guess I'll do the highway today. Because when I leave the bakery, I have to let Gabriel is the guy that gets the donuts, the donut drop off. And I send him a text message when I'm leaving the bakery to let him know I'm on my way. He's usually pretty good about timing. He must live very close to Lenny's. Well, I know he lives very close to Lenny's because one time I think he fell asleep and I got to Lenny's and I'm like,
Team-Q7L says good morning, y'all.
good morning.
Team C says good morning, at Mountainman-Q7L. At Justacat.cs2 says goody morning at Mountainman-Q7L.
Goody morning. You said goody morning. Is that more good than regular good? That's clear, I think. Yeah. Now look at that American flag on the back of that van. Very patriotic.
Team C says and you need to vote with your heart. At Justacat.cs2 pick the date you want.
You need to vote.
You need to be able to sleep easy at night.
Vote with your heart. I like that. Vote with your heart. What is the movie? Every time the State of the Union occurs, I think of that movie. It was a very good movie. I thought it was cool. The one where everybody's at the Capitol for the State of the Union, which is the case, right? There's like, it's the person, what do they call the person who, the survivor? Like in case the Capitol gets blown up, all of our leaders would be completely wiped out. All Supreme Court, everybody gone. Of course, this year that wouldn't be the case because half of Congress wasn't there. But what's the name of the movie where the guy who is chosen, something does happen to the Capitol and he's got to like jump in? What is the name of that movie? I thought it was a really pretty good movie. And I can't think of the name of it. The Survivor? Is that what it's called? I can't think of it.
Team C says designated survivor.
Yeah. That's it. Designated survivor.
Justacat.cs2 says at Team C, thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. That would have been bugging me all morning. I wonder who the designated survivor was. I guess they can't really tell you.
Team C says and it was a TV series.
Was it a movie and a TV series? Or just a TV series? I do get confused. When I watch stuff on Netflix, I never know whether I'm watching a movie or. Like I started watching this show called Jury Duty. It's a comedy. It's not on Netflix. It's on Amazon. It's pretty funny. It's got one guy. Everybody's an actor. And they've set up this situation where he's been chosen for jury duty. And they're going to have a trial. I've only watched one so far, but funny.
Core 9223 says yo what's up?
Good morning. What's up? Doing the delivery run.
C says the designated survivor for the 2026 State of the Union address was VA Secretary Doug Collins, according to reporting from News Nation.
Huh. I wonder if does that come out after the speech? Because it seems like if they told people who the designated survivor was, then, of course, I'm sure they're kept in that's right, they are kept in like a secret spot. I don't think I'd want to be the designated survivor.
At Civor 9223. Cat.cs2 says good morning at Civor 9223.
These people are flying this morning. They are excited to get to work today. I don't want to give too much away, but we might be going like 75 miles an hour. These people are blowing by me.
At Nukim C says Jury Duty was a very funny show. The last episode showed some behind-the-scenes stuff on how they pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty funny. traffic going off to the right. You gotta watch these people. Sometimes if it's really slow, they try to pop over into our lane, pass a few cars. Did anybody see the show? I don't think it was on any kind of public TV. It was on, I think it was only on Fox Nation, but Greg Gutfeld had people up in a house, completely cut off from everyone for months. I think it was like 3 months they were up there last year. And then the game show was he was going to tell them some crazy stuff that President Trump had done to see if they would believe it, like whether it was true or fake. They had to guess. It was pretty funny. I think it was like 4 or 5 people. Stuff like that's funny. Truck looks like it's going to fall over to the right. It's going to tilt. License plate. Indiana. He's from Indiana. I have not seen an Indiana license plate before.
Team C says Greg Gutfeld's What Did I Miss?
Is that what it was called? What Did I Miss? Yeah, it was pretty funny. They had I think they started out with 5 people or 6, but regardless, one of the people that was supposed to be in this house for several months with no communication whatsoever, one of them couldn't make it. One of them, like, after, I don't remember how long, but after a short period of time, they were like, no, I gotta go home. I can't take it. Because they had no connection at all, no cell. I can't believe they. I think they were only going to win like
Team
$10,000.
C says, are there sections of the road where you know police sit? Or are there no speed traps in your commute?
There aren't. That's a good question. There aren't really any locations where they sit very often, and they really don't. You don't see a lot of speed traps anymore. Like I remember, there used to be a time when you would see that much more frequently. Oh, there he is. See the Tesla over there? Boom, 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 right there. Boom, boom, boom. Look, he hasn't gotten that fixed yet. I forgot about that. Look, I pull up here, not even realizing. That's our donut drop off. All right, let's make this happen. Good morning. How you doing?
I told her 1 dozen.
1 dozen?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 dozen.
All right.
I'll tell her.
Okay.
I told her. That's what I told the person on the phone.
Okay. Cool. Well,
I'll call Jennifer.
okay. Cool. $24 donuts. It says 24 donuts right there. All right. He got a free dozen donuts. How do you like that? Thank you. I got trays on my rack. What's up with that? All right, let me put this.
Queen C says I heard good things about it. At justicat.cs2 and I think it won a lot of awards.
little confusion. Gabriel thought he was getting 1 dozen donuts, but our order said 2. So there's a little confusion on that one, but what are you gonna do? Could have kept the other box and just like handed out donuts along my travels. All right, we're now headed to what a day. I'm gonna have to get gas today. It's a gas up day. Yeah, still a lot of people at the gym. Solid 2 months this year. We're still going strong.
Or 9223 says relaxing.
That's good. It's a good state to be in. Yeah, this morning's kind of chilled out. We don't have any weird weather. We don't have any weird deliveries. All good. Our right is a very old private school, Donna School. I think originally it was an all boys school. I don't know if it's still all boys or not. It's been there forever. They have a bell tower. They've got like I guess it's a church on their property. It's got a bell tower where they have concerts.
Sticat.cs2 says at Nukimc, oh wow. Glad they won a lot of awards.
Who won a lot of awards? What are we talking about? The arrow.
JustaCat.cs2 says LOL Craig. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel series.
Oh, gotcha. See right there. That's, I could have jumped out, given that lady a donut. Walking her dog, could have given her 2 donuts. One for the dog. It's not a chocolate. I guess they light up those trees all year. I never noticed that before. Thought it was a Christmas decoration, but it seems to be on all year. Now this will be a good test. So we're coming up on a section where I know it gets a little choppy with the connection. Hopefully it's like every other day where we just kind of like have a couple of moments here and there. Hopefully it doesn't buffer for extra long periods of time. Especially the stop sign. There's a heavy pine tree right over the stop sign.
JustaCat.cs2 says Minecraft moment hee.
Yeah. Did it happen?
At JustaCat.cs2 says
Hopefully I'm coming back on and off during this period. But yeah, there's that right. Might as well be
Justicat.ca says just for a sec.
Okay, that's good. That's good. See, that's okay. There's no way to avoid the just for a sec situations. I'm back. Am I back? Can we just do it again? See, it comes on and says you're live, but sometimes that's not true.
Justicat.cs2 says yo, we just came back. A few seconds that time.
Cool. Yeah, that's another. It's like a wine.
Justicat.cs2 says the truck had blue headlights.
The truck had blue headlights? I didn't see that. Oh, maybe I was looking. I might have been looking back to see if the track was coming.
Justicat.cs2 says ya, big box truck.
Go back and look at that. Wow, we're really kind of early this morning. I was thinking the sun should be. We're starting to get to the time.
He says I'm getting ready to wash my car this weekend, and I thought about how I once washed my car with a bucket and a sponge. Now we have microfiber cloths and pressure washers. When did microfiber arrive?
I don't know. I know what you mean, though. I still do the sponge, though, when I wash it. Now, I do sometimes, especially during the winter, I'll go through one of those, you pay the extra 5 or 10 cents a gallon and then ride it. It goes through that thing and it sprays it off. But if I'm washing it at home, I still use a sponge. But I know the microfiber claws and things. I don't know when that became a thing. I want to say like maybe 10 years ago, 15, 10. And I still do the bucket. I haven't waxed a car for a long time. Remember doing that? I was thinking about taking my car through the car wash. Because I think we've got like maybe.
Ways Double Hazy says microfiber started to become a thing in the 90s.
Oh, really? That long ago. Time flies when you're washing your car. had a certain pattern too. Like when I would wash the car, you got to go to the roof. Then I do the windows, like that whole level, and then for the windows I do the hood and the trunk.
Team C says I don't really remember it then, but I was using automated car washes then.
Yeah, so I'm still using it. I use the automated car wash in the winter. Oh man, I forgot to do that button. I remember the car wash where you would get out of the car and then you'd line up, and then it would take your car through the car wash on a like track. You know what I'm talking about? It would like just pull your car through the car wash, and you would go. It's the car wash in our neighborhood. You could walk down, like it had a walkway next to where your car was being washed, and you could like watch it as it went through the different sections, like this, soaked up section, scrubbing section. I mean, now they have that thing where it just kind of goes back and forth over your car. You sit in one spot.
Team C says I admit that it does look cool to cover your car with foam use.
Yeah, that's okay.
.333 says good morning.
Good morning, MY Gal. Welcome to the van. We're on our way to the second delivery spot, which is the last delivery today, actually. What a day.
Team C says good morning, at Nigel.333.
Michael.
At Nigel.333 says just woke. School on 2-hour delay today.
Oh, really? Did you get bad weather?
Nigel.333 says hi Mookie GM.
NY Gal.
Team C says and good morning to you, at Cameron's Ways Double Hazy. Nigel.333 says we got snow last night.
Oh. Fortunately, we didn't. Hoping we're getting to the end of that. I think we have Friday or Saturday. I think we're supposed to get some snow.
Cat.cs2 says, is it a lot of snow still?
guy ahead of us. He's not too good at staying in the lane.
.333 says I live in town and roads could be SD. Ways Double Hazy says my car yells at me now if I didn't stay in the lane.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess that's good, but I had that. Where did I have that?
Sticat.cs2 says yells, pick a lane. LOLLLL.
I was driving a car once to where it would vibrate and stuff when it drove me crazy. Like the wheel would vibrate or something when you started to head toward the line. My car is still telling me when I go over the speed limit. I haven't fixed that yet. But I haven't fixed it because I don't hear it anymore. I think that's the weirdest thing. It's still doing it, but I really don't hear it anymore. They moved the chair. They moved the chair. It's over by the trash can now. Let's see if they open the door without me calling. All right, there's not calling, so let's do it. Call them. We're gonna call. What a day. Oh, there she is.
Sticat.cs2 says hey someone picked up the chair.
Picked it up, moved it right over to the trash can. I wonder what that's supposed to indicate. Oh, I'm gonna move you guys for a second. There we go. Got something to look at instead of a brick wall.
.333 says GM just a cat.
Woo, smells good. All right.
He says maybe it's to offer the refuse worker a chance to sit for a spell.
Good morning. All right. Guys, have a good day. I don't know what they're making in there this morning. It smells good. Wow, we are early. Usually I'm here closer to 6:30.
Mukim C says too soon. At justacat.cs2. At Mukim C says lol. At justacat.cs2 says lol.
There we go. There we go. Forgot you guys turned around. Good thing I didn't do anything stupid. I gotta start using my turn signal consistently. It's weird in the morning because there's nobody. I'm not signaling to anybody. There's nobody. But I gotta do it anyway. All right, it's the law. Can you get a ticket for not using your turn signal? I think you can, right? I got a ticket one time for leaving my car running. When I ran in, I was working at Gino's, so this was a long, long time ago. But I ran in to get my check or something. I parked the car, I ran into the restaurant for a second to get something, and when I came out, I was getting a ticket. That was how I learned about this. It's not really legal to leave your car running.
Team C says your stupidity would be safe with us. Cray.
Thank you, thank you. Fortunately, it's now documented for eternity on YouTube.
$6,448 says really? I've never heard of anyone getting a ticket for that.
I know, I hadn't either. I think it's a law though. Although it is kind of weird because I was on private property.
Justacat.cs2 says HII good morning at Hall is 6,448.
Good morning. How's it bad? Yeah, I mean, everybody starts their car in the morning, right? Like in the winter, you go out the driveway and start your car. That's got it. That can't be illegal.
6448 says good morning at Justicat. Team C says good morning at Hollis 6448.
I think I'm going to make a video about Geno's. I was thinking about that the other day. That was my first job. But it was sort of an iconic fast food restaurant in the. I think it was Pennsylvania, Maryland. I think there were a few in Virginia. Maybe as low as south, as low. No, but I think it went as south as maybe North Carolina. Maybe. I don't remember where, but something makes me think that. But it was pretty regional.
.333 says GM Holla. At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says is the new Geno's still in Towson?
Yeah,
At Holla
I think so.
6448 says no it is I've just never heard anyone getting a ticket for it. You're a legend.
I did. I was like probably 17 or 18 years old at the time. But yeah, the Geno's is still in Towson. But that's sort of like, I realized that a lot of the companies I worked for when I was young, they're like still around, but not really in the same. Like Alex Brown is still that way too. And there was an investment firm I worked for, and I worked for the original
Hollis
Alex Brown.
6448 says good morning at Nigel. At Hollis 6448 says good morning Mookie. At Reed Jones 5862 says morning Craig.
Reed, good morning. Welcome to the van. We've made our deliveries and are headed back, but I am going to stop for gas this morning. And we haven't passed the Christmas house, so we don't know. I would almost say I'm sure they're not taken down yet, but I'm not comfortable with that anymore. The gloves have destroyed my confidence in guessing things like that.
Hollis 6448 says wait. I have heard of it now. There's the anti-idling law. I am not fully awake yet.
Anti-idling? Really? The anti-idling law. See, and I wonder if it, like, what if people they can start their cars while the car is still locked. So why would that be I don't understand why that's a problem. I mean, back when I got my ticket, you couldn't do that. The car, it wasn't possible unless you had two keys.
Jones 5862 says morning Holla. At Cameron's Ways Double Hazy says have you checked to see if one of the Santas is wearing the gloves?
No, but I probably should investigate that.
Jones 5862 says morning just a cat.
We're gonna see this turn yellow, are we? Are we? Are we? Maybe not. Wow.
Team C says my heart is beating faster. It's either due to the anticipation of the contest check or a medical condition. At Hala 6448 says yes. It has a time limit, then it's illegal. Long story, but they used to come around where I worked.
Wow. I mean, so what is that law protecting? Is it protecting people from getting their cars stolen, or is there some other concern?
Hala 6448 says Cameron. Hala 6448 says the environment so that we don't have extreme winters.
Oh, you mean so the law is so that you don't burn the gas needlessly. I can see that. That was really the whole idea behind the 55 mile an hour speed limit. Remember, like, I think before 55, it would usually be 60. Like, most highways were like 60, I think. And then they lowered everything to 55, and now that's sort of become. I mean, I know we do higher than that now, but if you think about it, 55 is kind of a weird speed limit, unless you know the history. We're hitting all the lights along here. I am pretty impressed by Raleigh, North Carolina's traffic light situation. Like, you can drive through that city and just hit all green lights. I think they've got that set up pretty well. I'm sure that had something to do with trying to save fuel.
Hala 6448 says I thought it was 55 so they could make the lyrics to a song. I can't drive 55. At Reed Jones 5862 says how many deliveries today? At Mukim C says maybe it was due to the oil shortages back in the 1970s.
It was. You're right. It was due to the shortage. It was a way to try to make people save gas. It was 2 deliveries today, Reed. At Lenny's, well, 2.5, because we had at Lenny's, while I was delivering to Lenny's, we had a drop-off. Guy that picks up, he lives near that restaurant, so he picks up the donuts when we drop off our delivery there. What is going on over there?
Dot 333 says my son up Sai Evantha I said 2-hour delay LMAO I'm not ready YY. At Nigel. 333 says he says good morning.
All right, everybody knows the routine. Oh, you know what? They don't open until 6:30. You know what? Let's not do this yet. I'm going to drive around for a minute. I'm going to pull in here. I don't want to go into the gas station yet because they don't open till 6:30. Wow.
Plus 6448 says I'm a little confused today. I thought it was Thursday for some reason and you were off.
No, today's Wednesday. Thank goodness I wasn't confused. All right, we're going to sit here for a couple minutes. Because if I go down there and sit next to the gas station, I think you'd be disconnected. And that might be long enough for the stream to go away. Yeah, so we had this delivery at Lenny's.
Ways Double Hazy says you could get something for pumpkin at Sephora. At justacat.cs2 says UHHH let's look at towels at Kohl's. At Mukim C says they say cars of the early 1970s generally achieve their best miles per gallon between 45 to 55 mph.
Yeah, that is what they said. That's why they lowered the speed limits. People were not too happy about it at the time. Isn't that crazy though? That's when you would have thought back in the 70s, they had everybody believing that we were about to run out of oil any minute. In the 70s, right? And now we're 2026 and it's still like, hey, all the oil you need. It's crazy. Of course, in the 70s, we thought we were going to run out of oil and the planet was going to freeze. They were the two things.
Cat.cs2 says buy pumpkin, perfume from Kohl's right there. At Reed Jones 5862 says that's crazy.
It was crazy.
At Nigel.333 says yay kinda strange nothing goes away lol.
And it was going to freeze. Everything was going to freeze. Which I would have believed earlier this winter. Kind of felt like everything was going to freeze. I like Kohl's. Kohl's has some really good prices. And if you get in there with their discounts.
Plus 6448 says remember when gas was under $1 a gallon.
Yeah, I do. I wonder if we're going to get under 2 anytime in the future. I don't think we will. Supposedly there are some states where it's slightly under 2, but I don't think we're going to get there.
At Nigel.333 says I remember Holla and Slim Jims were 25 cents. At Mukim C says I saw photos of my brother in the 1970s. He had his hair slicked back so much that there was enough oil in it to fuel his car for at least 3 months. At Justicat.cs2 says Cole's cash coupons helps.
I think the oiled back slicked hair was the 50s. I don't know if that was the 70s. Really? Like, you're thinking of like that whole Grease phenomena time frame. I think that was 50s, maybe early 60s. The 70s it started to get a little bigger. Your hair started to kind of...
333 says Elvis did a god job of the slick hair.
Yeah, well, that's true. Elvis was the slick hair thing. All right, let's see what's going on.
Ways Double Hazy says, well, the Fonz was popular in the 70s.
That's true. So, yeah, I guess it was still a thing. Hey. All right.
6448 says 70s was feathered hair.
Feathered, that's what I was thinking of. Feathered, yes, it was. All right, folks. So I'm going to drop, but I will be back. Should have brought a donut for my lady. See, I could have kept that extra dozen. Where I'm just going to go. Don't go there. Don't go there. Oh, good. All right, it says I'm live. Let's see what happens. You guys see me? See me? See me? Am I really live? Is the question. Let's check it out.
+6448 says I thought Craig would be the first customer, but that guy with the pickup beat him to it. At Justicat.cs2 says suspended in buffering. At Mukim C says or he has a really big tank. At Justicat.cs2 says lol. At Mukim C says back. At Justicat.cs2 says yees.
Yees. I'm back. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't really have to do anything on that one then. That's the way I like it. I gotta figure out why it works sometimes and it doesn't others. Something to do with the app.
Justicat.cs2 says yay.
Now look at this. We got a guy. I think this is probably a homeless person that is on the side of the road. Like, that's not really a safe place to be, you know what I'm saying?
Justicat.cs2 says stop at Lowe's, let's look at plants. At Reed Jones 5862 says that's dangerous.
Very, I know. have some sort of police vehicle behind me, I think. I'm all paranoid now.
Jones 5862 says imagine if it was much darker you would not have seen him.
I know.
At justacat.cs2 says I missed it. I saw the low sign and got excited.
Oh, yeah, you were looking in the wrong direction. Of course, it's on the screen. It's not like you have to turn your head to see him. But, yeah, he was wearing dark clothes, too. So you're right. If it was dark, this is kind of not a good place to be. But see, here's the weird thing. The car that's behind me right now, I think it's a police vehicle. But behind me when I passed that guy. So wouldn't you think that they would have stopped and said, hey, get on the road? Like, I would have expected that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a police car. Or maybe it's like a, specialized.
Jones 5862 says right.
Maybe it's like a...
At justacat.cs2 says he's following the donut smell.
Yeah, we've got some lingering donut smell. Maybe it's like a national park, or one of those kind of specialized. Paranoid after my experience yesterday. I don't want to pull over. I don't want to do anything out of the ordinary.
Ways Double Hazy says they're just following you to make sure you don't leave the van idling.
Or maybe they heard, yeah, which I have been doing. Maybe they heard that I'm likely to stop in front of the Christmas tree ornaments. Or Christmas ornaments, not Christmas tree ornaments. Unfortunately, I don't have any donuts in the car anymore, in the van. All right, here we go. We're coming up. We're coming up on the... There's no way they're going to be going. They've got to be there. They've got to be there.
Team C says they may be from the Special Glove Unit Division and think you are a suspect.
They're there. I see Santa Claus. All right, see it, everybody. I can't slow down, but there they are. Everything's there.
Jones 5862 says Mookie Law. Dot333 says a guy still has up Christmas decor. Must be my husband.
Are your Christmas lights still up? Well, see, lights are one thing. You got a yard full of stuff like that. I would think they got to be down before you start cutting the grass. Right.
Dot333 says yup and tree and decor. Dot333 says I still have up fall and Halloween 2L now 3 seasons all in one room.
Oh my goodness. You got the whole fall holiday season. I mean, we're almost through winter.
Dot333 says laugh out loud.
There isn't enough. There aren't any angles on this road that make it so I can see exactly what type. Look at all the birds on that pole. Look at them all. That's like a whole flock right there on those wires. But you know how sometimes if there's a sharp turn in the road, you can see the side of the car behind you, but that has not happened. So I can't tell exactly. The bus has made it over. What type of car this is. Watch, we're going to pull up to this turn onto 482, and this is just going to be some guy with a bike rack on his car. No, I feel pretty confident that it's some sort of official vehicle. He's probably sitting in his car right now going, I hate the way everybody thinks I'm an official vehicle, so I always have to go the speed limit. Nobody goes.
Team C says you could just speed up to 90 and see if you see any blue lights.
That would be, I thought about that. I almost said that out loud. Oh, he's turning with us. Oh, we might never know. Better stop completely. Boop. Oh, look. Oh, it's a state police car. Yeah, it's a state police car. All right, I saw it. See? Finally got a clear enough angle on it. I don't know what the speed limit is here. I think I'll just go 45 just to be safe. Did anybody see a speed sign?
Stacat.cs2 says and give him a cookie and ask if he wants to be on video.
Is the speed limit? Is it 50 along here? Is it 45 or 50? Hopefully it's not 40 because I'm getting close to 50 now. I haven't seen a speed limit sign.
Stacat.cs2 says I didn't see a speed limit sign.
Me either. And I thought there always has to be a speed limit sign when you get on the road. Well, it must not be 50. It must be 50. Well, yeah, this is saying 40.
448 says you're back.
Did I go away for a minute? Did I buffer? I think the speed limit must be 50 on this road. It's going to go straight. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Maryland State Trooper. Woo! Okay, I feel better now. Why is it that you feel paranoid when there's a police car behind you? Even if you're not doing anything wrong.
Michael.333 says 45.
Well, it's 40 on this road. Was it 45 on the other road? Did you see a sign?
Michael.333 says just saw sign.
Well, yeah, we turned onto this road though. That was 40, I think, wasn't it? I think this road's 40.
45.
Okay. Cows are out. Cows are out. They're eating. It's breakfast for the cows. It was funny. The other day they were lined up to get into the barn. Oh, I meant to try to get a screenshot of that.
Team C says you have to forgive Craig. He's never traveled this way before.
Yeah, it does kind of say something that I'm not sure what the speed limit is. All right, we're going into the tunnel. Wish us luck. We're gonna make it. Are we gonna make it?
+6448 says they might be investigating the glove incident.
All right, did we make it? Am I back? Wow, now the speed limit's 25.
Team C says run the gauntlet.
I'm going to start going through that section of the road at like 70 miles an hour just to get through there as quickly as possible so we don't lose the guy. Even with getting gas, I got back here a little early today. That's good.
Team C says no major outage.
No major. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I was playing with the phone the other day, like trying to figure out if it's something to do with the phone or the app. So I uninstalled the app. I reinstalled the app. I did a lot of stuff with it yesterday. Maybe something I did helped. Yeah, I am surprised. I mean, so that was the state police car. I mean, maybe it's not his jurisdiction or whatever. Maybe that's not something that they do, but it does seem weird that he wouldn't stop and say, hey, put your feet up off the curb. At least that. I don't know. All right, so today's Wednesday. I'll be
6448
off
says
tomorrow.
maybe that guy is a cop shooting radar, not homeless. He's undercover.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Team C says thanks for the ride, Craig. Have a good Wednesday,
I didn't
everyone.
think about that. All right, guys, you do the same. Have a good day. I'll be.
+6448 says sorry I was behind in the video. At 333 says have a great day.
All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll be off tomorrow, but be back Friday morning at 5:15, my normal time. And I will see you all then. Enjoy your day. Stay warm. New York out. Get out there in the snow.
6448 says take care everyone. At Angelasmith 9820 says good morning everyone, don't forget about your pink shirts today.
Oh, yeah.
At Nigel.333 says enjoy your day off.
Thank you, New York Al. Angela, you got here just in time for the end. But it was good seeing you. I hope you have a good day. I'll probably see you online somewhere later. All right, everybody. I'm going to end the stream now. Have a great one.